Hello everyone, I'm back with another Reddit Addicts episode. If you find my videos entertaining, please kindly subscribe and like them. Thanks to everyone for your suggestions and kind notes. Now, let's get started with today's exciting stories.
So, my wife cheated on me. After 22 years, I found out my wife was cheating on me. Here's the gory details. It was one of my friends/neighbors, someone we go to church with. Even my oldest son took their daughter to prom. Summary: that family was close to us. So, on Super Bowl Sunday night, we had some people over for the game, that neighbor as well. After the game, everyone left and I went to bed. About an hour later, I woke up to hearing a conversation. I got up, heard my wife talking on Snapchat audio, speakerphone, to a guy. They were making arrangements to meet in the morning after I went to work, and do the deed. I kept listening, and realized that I know that voice on the other end. I dashed downstairs, grabbed the phone, and confronted him. Phone immediately hung up. My wife confessed that the affair had been going on for a month. On top of this, all 4 of my kids heard the argument and subject matter. They hate their mother now. I live in a small community, it's going around town. I'm really struggling with a mix of anger, depression, loneliness. I need some advice. I'm trying to make it work, but my wife is blaming me as too engaged with work the past year, biz owner during Vivid. Yeah. Trying to make some money. She's blamed getting COVID as a mental issue, and she's blamed too many drinks. Now for the next story. My 22M wife, 23F, cheated on me on my birthday. What do I do? I'll try to keep it in reverse chronological order so it can stay as coherent as I can make it. So we went to an amusement park for my birthday and had a good time. Fast forward to that night, and we were both resting when she said she was going to go to a pool party with her only female coworkers. I said that was fine and asked if I could come, and she said no, a guy was supposed to come, but it'd be weird for you to be the only guy there. I agreed and decided to let her go have fun while I stay home and drink and play some games. She got back and talked to me for a little bit. She then gets mad, for what I assume is no reason. I was buzzed, so I'm not sure if I said anything to make her mad, but she went to bed, and about an hour later I joined her. I was having trouble sleeping, and I noticed over the course of a few hours she would check to see if I was still awake, i.e. getting close to my face or lightly touching the back of my head. I reacted the first time she did it, and she said she wasn't doing anything. I thought that behavior was very weird, so I made note of that. The next day I noticed her on her phone a lot and asked about it. She just shrugged it off and said she was looking at houses, which we were planning on getting a house soon, so I found it reasonable. Fast forward to night, I waited for her to fall asleep and went through her phone and eventually made my way to recently deleted messages, and that's where I found almost 900 messages between her and her coworker. I started panting heavily, so I decided to leave the room and keep reading. For about a month they were calling each boo and sending very flirty texts back and forth for about a month before I found out. They've only saw each other outside of work about 2 to 3 times during that time. It turns out he was at that party and they were hugging and kissing. The other time before that they went to a restaurant. I can't look at the messages currently, so I can't remember exactly, but there were messages hinting at wanting to have sex by her coworker, but nothing concretely saying they did. She denied sex when I asked her about it. After reading through as much I could bear, I went back into the bedroom and turned the light on and just stood there. She woke up angrily and told me to turn off the light. I said, I know what you did. From that point I started explaining to her how heartbroken I was and betrayed I felt, and I asked her a few questions and she chose to stay silent, so I decided to start packing her clothes, and that's when she yelled. I didn't raise my voice or insult her at any point, about how I've been treating her badly and didn't put in effort or take her out on dates. We don't go out that often since we've been married and we're prepping on moving and saving money, but I did try to take her out at least once a month. And by effort she meant help caring for the 2 dogs we have. She got both of them without my permission while I was away for work, and I let it slide and told her since she made the decision on her own she would be taking care of them on her own. After yelling about that, I raised my voice and said something along the lines of, "Just go back to his house then," which didn't help, but she said no. After the yelling, we actually started talking, and she started bawling, saying how she messed up and it's okay if we get divorced, or I can cheat to get back at her, which I'm not going to do. Then I hugged her and bawled my eyes out. We didn't get any sleep that night, and the morning after she started looking for a new job, called out from work, and seemed very sorry, while I was looking at a post-nup, cause I honestly have no idea what to do at this point. I feel betrayed and destroyed. This was about a week ago. Over the week I slept in a different room and just recently started sleeping in the same bed again, as I'm not sure what to do. She asked me on one of those days to try and move on from it, and has since slowed down on looking for a new job. If I try to question about context of the messages, she gets mad and says no. I've been getting snappy at her due to the fact I can't really find any closure on what happened, and I don't mean to do it to her, I'm just heartbroken from all this. She started saying she went numb and doesn't feel anything anymore, but became somewhat happy again when I started sleeping with her. I've suggested marriage counseling, which she denied at first, but I convinced her, and we're scheduled to go this weekend. I try really hard to understand her, but I don't think it excuses what she did, and I can't even talk to her about without her threatening to leave me. She's done that twice due to me getting snappy or get mad, so I just continue to bottle it up, which leads to the snapping at her. Yesterday I broke a picture of us and accidentally cut my palm out of frustration and had to get 9 stitches. She's been helping me a lot since then, getting dressed and stuff, which hopefully shows that she cares. She called my mom out of fear and let her know. Neither of our family knows she cheated currently, but I'm still so heartbroken and don't know how to make it better. Advice would be appreciated, and I can answer question if needed. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this story. Thanks for watching and hope to see you in the next video. And before you go, please be sure to subscribe for more.